Next up at UFC 298, we have a very interesting fight here. And the reason this is interesting is we have Amanda Lemos, just fought for a title, was a surging prospect, and just got beat worse than anybody's ever been beat and not finished in a title fight. Taking on Mackenzie Dern, surging prospect, but keeps losing fights she shouldn't be losing. So I think the UFC is like, what do we do here? Like, what are we supposed to do with Mackenzie Dern? What do we do with Amanda Lemos? Well, let's have them fight each other and see what happens. We got Amanda Lemos, 13-3 overall. She is 3-2 in her last 5. And as I mentioned, coming off an absolute beating from Wei Li Zhang in her first title shot. She's taking on Mackenzie Dern, 13-4 overall, 2-3 in her last 5, coming off the TKO loss to Jessica Andrade. This isn't, I'll say clash of styles. It's not really clash of styles because Amanda Lemos is pretty well-rounded. She's a Muay Thai striker, fast hands, a ton of power. She does a really good job keeping her fights at that Muay Thai range to avoid takedowns. But she also has very good BJJ if it ends up on the ground. She's coming off that absolute, Wei Li beat the piss out of her. Before the Wei Li fight, she had 81% takedown defense. Her takedown defense looked incredible. Wei Li ragdolled her, took her down whenever she wanted to, and now it's at 55%. The reason I pointed that out is Amanda Lemos' takedown defense is better than what her record says, and Wei Li just destroyed that. Similar, if you look at Calvin Kattar's striking statistics, you have to exclude the, what's his name fight?
Max Holloway?
Max Holloway fight, because the numbers just destroyed it.
Okay.
I'm saying, like, you just...
Yeah, I was not paying attention. All of a sudden I heard Calvin Kattar, and I was like, whoa, what's going on here? I'm a little bit...
Wei Li destroyed Amanda Lemos' statistics that you're going to see on the next slide here, so you do need to sort of remove that fight from the equation. She's taking on Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern, as we all know, phenomenal jiu-jitsu. Probably the best jiu-jitsu in the division. Potentially the best jiu-jitsu in all of the UFC. Very decorated, very good. She's also insanely tough. But as Jacob always says, that just means she takes a beating. And the reason she takes a beating is because her striking is okay. It's not great. It's just okay. But her takedowns are absolute dog shit trash. 14% takedown accuracy. I'm not going to rant and rave. I already did that in my quick picks video about how horrific her takedown accuracy is, how ridiculous the fake accent is. But Mackenzie Dern, to her credit, is very tough, is unbelievable at jiu-jitsu, and can beat anybody on any day because of those two things. The only thing that is preventing me from going all in on Amanda Lemos here is the fact that Mackenzie Dern did outstrike Angela Hill. And I get it. Angela Hill is not the best striker in the division, but Angela Hill is a very competent striker who has been around for a very long time. And Mackenzie Dern outstruck her that whole fight. And if all of a sudden that Mackenzie Dern with solid 1-2s and good pressure is here and avoids the big Amanda power, we could have an upset. But the Mackenzie Dern that was just absolutely blasted by Jessica Andrade, the Mackenzie Dern that has a 14% takedown accuracy, I just don't see how she's going to win the fight. If she can't get Amanda down, there's a 0% chance she wins a striking fight. And she could climb Amanda, submit her the same way that she did Tisha Torres. But I just don't see that happening. Amanda Lemos is going to be the pick. Minus 132, honestly, seems like pretty good odds considering the only way Mackenzie wins this fight is to get it to the ground, which 86% of the time she can't do. Jakey boy, what do you think?
Oh, you did that quick math, huh?
I've been
a little hesitation there, but
it was a dramatic pause, but I was doing the math. I'll tell you a quick story. I grew up in Massachusetts, and I got a job. I was like a janitor.
All of a sudden,
I was a janitor.
Mid-breakdown, we're allowed to tell stories. This is very interesting.
Well, I mean, it goes to the math thing. Like I was a janitor.
It's your story, so
I was a janitor at a college for a little while. And I was just mopping the floors, doing my thing. All right, go ahead, do your breakdown. This kid's the fucking worst.
Oh shit!
Nobody's even gonna get it. I'm curious. Let me know in the chat
what a loser. If you get fucking a loser. Goodwill Hunting, good Angelo Hunting.
You got it. All right, go ahead. Who do you think wins this fight?
listen, you mentioned the striking of Mackenzie Dern, and I think it's an important part to bring up that they mentioned in the last broadcast in that Jessica Andrade fight was she got rid of her striking coach, which was a really good striking coach. It's Jason something. I can't remember what his name was.
Perillo?
Yeah. So got rid of him and then came into that Andrade fight. And I think when they went to Dean Thomas, his hit, they go to him like in the middle of a fight or whatever, his hit was like, whoever was in Mackenzie's team that told her to get rid of Jason needs to be fucking fired, basically, because the amount of digression she had. Because I sat here and said she's gonna fucking destroy Andrade because her striking is so precise. She is tough as shit, and I think she can work in eventually the takedowns. But I thought she could hold her own in the striking versus Andrade. Came in and embarrassed herself, looked like a shell of what she was. And if she still is with that same team on a short notice fight, she's not going to make any improvements from here and then. If you look at her Instagram, where half her training videos are? They're at LA fucking Fitness. She's just at LA Fitness. Yeah, she's just at LA. Look at her. Look at anybody that goes to LA Fitness knows that some of her training videos, working out, she's and good. I mean, save some money. She says she's got money issues. It's only like $25 a month. I go, but it's at LA Fitness. It's just a weird dynamic. She's got this new guy and stuff, and maybe it's a little bit of jealousy on my part, but it just seems like she's not all in as she was. She's with this like hodgepodge team, but she likes the people, and they're not mean to her, so she's like just kind of, I'll show up, and she is tough as shit. If there's ever a scramble or anything, she's gonna be live, but I don't think she can get the takedowns. I don't think that she's obviously going to win the striking. I think Lemos could be able to put her the fuck out because she has as good a head movement as me in my defense. So, and Lemos hits way harder than you. So, I'm going with Amanda Lemos in this, and I actually agree with kind of the opening odds. Minus 250, something like that. I think she can really roll in this matchup, honestly. I mean, she got beat the shit beat out of her, but that was to the champ. I mean, Amanda Lemos
100%,
fought the champ. I mean, Weili's going to do that to most of the girls in the division. And, I think this is going to be a tough one for Mackenzie.
The only thing I do worry about a little bit, and the only thing that, first of all, the odds are, it's crazy what odds will do to your brain. Because Jacob and I have said this many times. We do our notes, we do our breakdowns, we do our picks before we know the odds. Then we go check the odds to say, oh, well, let me see where I can find some bets. I would have assumed Amanda Lemos would have been a much larger favorite. And if she was a much larger favorite, I'd be more confident in her. And it's crazy how that happens. You see the odds and you're like, ooh, what am I missing? Minus 132. This collapsed. Minus 270 made sense.
It's
minus
just because
132.
Mackenzie's got a fat fucking ass and people just love to bet it.
Well, so that did worry me a little bit. The one thing that actually worries me from putting 2-3 units on Amanda Lemos here is the fact that sometimes we have seen people get absolutely manhandled, destroyed the way Amanda did, and they don't ever look the same again. And that was the worst beating anybody's taken. It literally could have taken the ambition out of her.
The first person that comes to mind, and actually I think she has a fight coming up, and every time I'm like, she's still in the UFC, is Cynthia
Calvillo. Yeah.
Calvillo. She got the shit beat ever by Andrade, and was, because she used to
never
be the
the
tough
same
bully
again.
girl.
Yeah.
Like the aggressive, the whatever, and like she never was the same.
100%. Never the same. And that could happen to Amanda. I don't think so. But
Amanda's kind of a bad bitch.
Well, and
it's funny too.
Mackenzie Dern was just knocked out too. So who's to say that couldn't happen on that side?
Right.
But Amanda wasn't knocked out. She was beat down and had zero success whatsoever.
She had that front jaw that
it looked good for 5 seconds, and then that was it. But go ahead.
Or ninja choke or whatever it was. But it's funny. I put a parlay, and I called it the Brazilian parlay, and only like one person caught on. But I said, who messes up this Brazilian parlay? And obviously it's Brenton Ribeiro, it's Rogério de Lima, it's Paulo Costa, and then I threw Ian Gary on there for fun, right? Not a Brazilian, but it's a Brazilian parlay. Yeah. And then in this matchup, I put Mackenzie instead of Amanda Lemos. I thought it was pretty funny. But no, everyone's like, just treats it like a normal parlay. I'm like, you fucking nobody's on my.
You know what's so funny? In my quick picks video, I did my normal Mackenzie's accent is fake. You can, and this isn't an opinion. There's a whole YouTube video dedicated. It's called The Evolution of Mackenzie Dern's Accent, and I don't think it's fake in that she sat down and practiced a fake accent. Her father is Brazilian. I think what's happened is over the years she spends more time and leans into it. Like you move to the valley, you start talking like a valley girl, right? But
How do Valley girls talk?
she's from Rhode Island. She grew up in Arizona. Like, her mom is American white.
Oh my God.
So what's funny is I was like going in on the accent, telling people, go watch the video. It's called The Evolution of Mackenzie Dern's Accent. And there's videos of her at 16, like, hi, I'm Mackenzie, like totally normal. And then clips to her.
I am Mackenzie. I love jiu-jitsu.
Dude had a translator in the UFC, had a translator. But somebody
jiu-jitsu.
commented, where I'm going with this is somebody commented on that, on my video saying, Angelo, Mackenzie's from Brazil. It's like, no, she isn't. She's from Rhode Island. Like, no, she's not from Brazil. She's as Brazilian as I am Italian. A parent that's an immigrant. Actually, I'm more Italian. Both of my parents are immigrants.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Well, that's where the culture comes from. And
How many languages does your father know?
My dad only knows 2, Italian and English. My mom speaks 3. She added Spanish.
Oh.
Yeah.
You think we could set up some lessons? What she said?
If you want to become a premium member, go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. It's only $10 a month. You will unlock everything you have ever needed to have some success, have some fun watching these fights. I do have a bet on this fight, and you can unlock that now. WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. At the top, only $2.50 an event. I think we did the math. 3.3 cents a day, 30 cents a day, whatever the hell it was.
My picks combined for the last 4 cards, which I've been up units all 4 cards, is
Oh God,
I don't have the same abilities as you.
You didn't. So I
$1.48 is what it would have cost you. 37 cents a card, I think, is what it figures out with everything involved and all the people involved. My picks that have been up units the last 4 cards cost you $1.48 for a month. That's crazy. Fucking honestly, that's a.
We don't give you that option. The option we do give you though is $10 a month or $100 for the year. So save yourself freaking 20%.
I think we need to raise the price.
I mean, I never will, but
I think we need to make it $1,000 a month.
Well, it also includes the safety parlay, and the safety parlay has been a wild success. I've hit 10 of the last 11. It hits at a 72% win percentage, a 31% lifetime ROI. I am on an 8-event safety parlay win streak.
How many Danish krones do you think it takes to make $1?
30.
That's lower.
10.
That's lower.
4.
It's higher.
Okay, we're done. You can unlock the safety parlay, the picks, the bets, rally leans, and everything else. WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. And if you're looking for a little extra cash, if you weren't as lucky as we were these last couple of events and you took a little bit of a bath, we'll send you $50. Just go to this exact URL. Use the link to sign up with one of the partners. Make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you. It's affiliate marketing. They're going to pay us. I'm going to slice off some of that money and give it right back to you.